Welcome to online class. Today we are going to learn the poem After Apple Picking. 11th poem, that is 8th standard, first language, English. After apple picking. The poem is written by Robert Lee Frost. He was a famous American poet. He dealt with the themes from rural life in New England, USA, using this setting to examine complex social and philosophical issues. His important poetical works are The Boysville, year 1913, North of Boston in 1914, Mountain Interval 1916, New Hampshire 1923, Collected Poems 1930, A Further Range 1936, and A Witness Tree 1942. As a popular and oft-quoted poet, Frost was honored with the prestigious Pulitzer Prize 4 times. His poetry is largely traditional in terms of meter and exudes lyrical grace. After apple picking, published in the collection North of Boston, is a well-known poem on man's encounter with the natural world, probing the dilemma of his existence. Here, the poet gives his reflections on boredom and drudgery in the aftermath of the task of picking apples. The work weary apple picker is unable to enjoy his life amid the pristine beauty of nature, trapped in the utilitarian ways of modern civilization. Composed in free verse, the poem is remarkable for its mood and intensity. It is also an antithesis of modern civilization, marked by the culture of excessive work for increasing material gain to no end. So here, reading of the poem. My long two-pointed ladders sticking through a tree toward heaven still. And there is a barrel that I didn't fill. Beside it, there may be 2 or 3 apples. I didn't pick upon some bough. But I am done with apple picking now. Essence of winter sleep is on the night. The scent of apples I'm drowsing off. I cannot rub the strangeness from my sight. I got from looking through a pan of glass. I skimmed this morning from the drinking trough and held against the world of hoary grass. It melted and I let it fall and break, but I was well upon my way to sleep before it fell. And I could tell what form my dreaming was about to take. Magnified apples appear and disappear. Stem end and blossom end. And every fleck of russet showing clear. My instep arch not only keeps the ache, it keeps the pressure of a ladder round. I feel the ladder away, the ladder sway as the boughs bend, and I keep hearing from the cellar bin the rumbling sound. Offload on load of apples coming in, for I have had too much of apple picking. I am overtired of the great harvest I myself desired. There were 10,000 fruit to touch, cherish in hand, lift down, and not let fall. For all that struck the earth, no matter if not bruised or spiked with stubble, went surely to the cedar apple heap. As of no worth, one can see what will trouble. This sleep of mine, whatever sleep it is, were he not gone, the woodchuck would say whether it is like his long sleep as I describe its coming on, or just some human sleep. So, children, so this is the poem. Now, coming to the explanation, this poem that is, he is telling about so life. That is, the narrator is the apple picker, the hooter. That's why you can hear my eye like that. He uses a that is long two pointed ladders standing upright in the direction of a heaven. That is hinting at the biblical story of Jacob's ladder, which signifies the divine connection between God and the earth. The narrator has been picking apples all day and yet hasn't picked all the apples from the trees. Still, there are remaining apples. See, can you see this ladder? Still, they are remaining. Some more apples are remaining on the tree only. And he still has one more barrel to fill with the picked apples. And there is a barrel that I didn't fill. Beside it, there may be 2 or 3 apples I didn't pick upon some bough. See, some boughs are left with the apples. He didn't pick. Still, some apples are remaining in the tree only. Now, but I'm done with the apple picking now. Essence of winter sleep is on the night. The scent of apples, I am drowsing off. Now he is tired of picking apples. That is, I am done. He is unable to continue picking also. He knows he should finish picking all the apples. But what happened? He became tired. The winter is fast approaching and it is night time also. The narrator has spent all day picking apples and now he is exhausted by his work. Now, what he tells, he compares the sleep that is to an essence in the winter air. Essence means what? That is smell in the winter air. What type of smell? Smell of apples. He feels the essence smells like apples, which again tells the effect of hard work on him because he worked full day. No? Then he has got the smell of apple only. So he feels sleepy. He feels drowsy. He feels dozing. I cannot rub the strangeness from my sight. I got from looking through a pane of glass. He cannot forget the strangeness in his sight, which he experienced in the morning. He found a thin sheet of glass on his water trough. On his water trough. So this thin sheet of glass on his water trough. which he experienced in the morning. He found a thin sheet of a glass on his water trough. When he went to get a drink of water early in the morning, he held the sheet of ice in his hand and looked through it at the frost-bitten glass so that the water became ice sheet. And he cannot see clearly through the ice as it is his vision because he feels his vision is not clear when he saw through the ice sheet. That means he cannot see what is to come now. That is, he cannot see the future. Not at present, then what work he did? Picking the apples. So next what would happen? He also did. This is also telling philosophy of that is future is not certain. Then next, I skimmed this morning from the drinking trough and held against the world of a hoary grass. That is, he held that ice sheet, the grass over above the grass, and what happened? It started melting. How it started melting? Because of his hand temperature. He tells about the experience, that is a situation and action he had before falling asleep. He predicts what dream he is going to have due to exhaustion. That is exhaustion. That is he's feeling that what he's dreaming. Now, upon my way to sleep before it fell, and I could tell what form my dreaming was about to take. So naturally, when you work now throughout the day, so you will have the dream of what? Apples only, isn't it? He dreams about magnified apples and which look different than what he is used to have. Magnified apples appear and disappear. So he was getting in his dream all magnified apples appearing and disappearing. You can see every fleck of russet clearly. Every fleck of russet clearly means that is you could see reddish or brownish specks that dot the surface of the apple. That is called a russet. See the specks. That is a dots on the surface of the apple. That is reddish and brownish. That is called a russet. Then he narrates that is the dream is realistic. Stem end and blossom end and every fleck of russet is showing clear. So he could see only these things in his dream. Then my instep arch not only keeps the ache, it keeps the person's pressure of a ladder round. So now he's like because he climbed the ladder now whole day. What happened? That is an instep arch. That is his feet. It's getting ache, paining. So he can feel the pressure of standing on the ladder on his feet because now it is paining. He can even feel in feet ache by standing on the ladder all day. He can also feel the ladder moving against the tree branches because see this ladder moving. I feel the ladder sway as the boughs bend. It was a rope ladder. And the rustling, rumbling sound, that is, you can hear the sound of apples. Now when they collect the apples and then when they drop it, then he could hear the rumbling sound of the apples being offloaded into the bins where they will be sorted. So here they sort it out. So see green color, red color like that, they sort it out. So they all what they do. Then too much of apple picking, then overtired of the great harvest I myself desired. So this is of load on load of apples coming in. When they drop where water, he could hear the rumbling sound of the apples. And he's tired of doing the work that he used to love in the past. Before he was loving to do that, now he is tired of doing that work, which were picking the apple. He's no longer excited about the apple picking season. Apple picking season is welcome. But he talks about that is this season, we have got plenty of apples. That is, he talks about 10,000 fruits. That is very large quantity of apple this time. And he has to carefully great harvest, that is myself this year, because it's a great harvest this year, and there were 10,000 fruits. And now he has to carefully unload into the barrel. That is, cherish in hand, lift down and not let fall. For all that stuck there, as no matter if not bruised or spiked or with the stubble, that is, went surely to the cedar apple heap. Now he has to carefully unload into the barrel, even if one fell down and touched the ground and remained spoiled. It was thrown into the cedar apple heap. So then they use it for to extract juice, apple juice. And he is sure, as of us, that is, then he is sure. So what is that? If the apples is spoiled, then what? Any mark also, then it will go to cedar apple heap only. Then as of us, that is worth, one can see what will trouble. One can say as of no worth. One can say what will trouble. The sleep of mine, what a sleep it is. See what it is sleeping here. Woodchuck. That is, he is sure to have visions of apples. That is haunting him in his sleep. Even if he goes to sleep also, he will be getting the same thing only. He wonders whether he will sleep like a normal person, because that thought that coming in his dream and haunting him, no, only apple picking. So he was wondering whether he would get a normal sleep, that is a normal person sleep, or like a hibernating creature, or like this, that is woodchuck, such as woodchuck. So this is woodchuck, and it is an animal that hibernates during the winter and then reawakens during the spring. So it sleeps for a long time. So that's what he was wondering whether he would get up. That is next after sleep, or whatever sleep it is, where he not gone. So the woodchuck would say whether it's like his long sleep or some human sleep. So he's wondering, he indirectly tells that his sleep would be longer than that, because he will actually dead and then never re-awake. So at least this woodchuck now will get up, that is in the springtime, but he is wondering if he goes to sleep, that is long sleep, he was doubtful whether he would get up or not. That is the end. That is death. He means philosophically. So this is all, children. Then you have to understand that is, he is comparing his life and death very beautifully. Then he explains. Thank you, dear.